Alright, Shalom. Want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Araka Kodash. This is Makazar from the Trinidad camp. Just want to do like edification for the lexic. Alright, now the name of the topic is We Are of Yesterday. Alright, because right now, 2/3 of Israel, they don't know that they are Israel. Alright, they call themselves nigger, as you can see in the picture, colored, African American, Hispanics, North American Indians, Caribs, Arawaks, you name it. But everything except the true nationality. Alright, everything except the true nationality, they would call themselves. And if you go in history, the Bible, when you go through the Bible and you go through script, go through prophecy, it will show you that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites. But as much as we through the Spirit of the Most High go out and prophesy, Israel don't want to hear that. Alright? I just want to read something here. This is from a book by Rudolph R. Windsor, The Valley of Dry Bones. On page 76, the last paragraph, it says, as I have mentioned previously, the words Negro, nigger, and so on are nicknames used in substitution for blacks' true nationality, which is Hebrew Israelites. So when I go through history, it's showing you Valley of Dry Bones, Nature Knows No Color Line, from Babylon to Timbuktu, and so on. It shows you who these people are. Alright, North American Indians by James, and it show you who we are. But J. Israel don't want to hear that. Alright? This is Job chapter 8, verse 8. It says, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age. So Job saying to inquire of the former age. So do your research. Go through the history. Stop being brainwashed. Stop living off where Esau compel you to live off of. Search. Alright? It says, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. So you have to go through your ancestry. Because we are them people that was back then. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the 12 patriarchs, they are our forefathers. And we didn't even know it. We call ourselves Africans because we believe we are Africans. Because we were told and taught we were Africans. We were programmed to be Africans. So that is what we believe. That is what we're going with. And you people don't want to hear the truth, especially them people in them churches. They're bent on believing that they're Gentiles. That they are non-Israelites. And that these people over there in the land, these dogs, alright, they believe that they are the true people of the Most High, not knowing that the people on this side of the world, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are in fact the true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible and according to history. Alright? Verse 9, it says, Job chapter 8, verse 9, for we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon the earth are a shadow. So our days upon the earth are a shadow. Because why? Our heritage was beaten out of us. Our nationality was beaten out of us. When you go in slavery, when you watch movies like Roots, and they beat him to make him call himself by another name, they did the same thing to the North American Indians. Make them forget the tongue. Make they call themselves by other names to forget who they were. Alright? Said we are of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon the earth are a shadow. So when they say a shadow, means what? They try to hide the truth. When we go to school, they say we just come off the slave ship, we were savages over there in Africa, and that is it. When you go through history, it shows you that we ended up in Africa because of what? Because of slavery and Roman persecution. When you're going to the Babylon to Timbuktu, it says what? It says that the slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. And they will hide these things from you. One of the main slave ports in the transatlantic slave trade over there in Africa, the name of it was Fort Judah. which is named after the head tribe of Israel. They wouldn't tell us these things. So our days upon the earth are a shadow. So for us to know, first of all, the Most High open our eyes and give us the understanding who we are. And then when we search the scriptures, we be able to teach others also that we are the true people. But Israel don't want to know. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider. Israel don't want to know. They don't want to know who they are. They just want to stay calling themselves who or whoever the so-called white man called them. Alright? They want to just continue doing that. And would not for once take up and do research to see who they are as a people. Because we're not Africans, we're not Trinidadians, we're not Americans, we're not Negroes. Any of these bywords that they call us, we are not these people. We are Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. This Bible is our heritage. We are of yesterday and know nothing. Because our days upon the earth are a shadow. The so-called white man, he hid who we were from us. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. He covered our faces. He painted white images for us and told us these are the people of the book. So when we read, all we will see is white images when we read, but not knowing that that book is our history. And that is what the so-called white man is, the devil of the Bible. That is why Job said you have to inquire and search of your fathers. For we are of yesterday. We are those people, those ancient patriarchs. We are the people that crossed the Red Sea with Moses under the chariot. We are those people. And now in these last days, the Most High giving us back our understanding to wake us up so that we could come back to Him and be delivered out of this captivity. You need to do research. Alright? This is 2 Ezra chapter 4 verse 26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. So he said, the more you search, the more you marvel. Because you're going to read the scriptures and then you're going to realize that you've been taught a lie. And the more research and the more studying you do, you're going to marvel even more because you're going to realize the depth that this rabbit hole going. The millions that the so-called white man spending to keep our nationality from us and keep our identity from us. But this truth is like water. You can never contain it because my cup runneth over. This is living water and the truth will come out. As light through the darkness, it will shine. So as much as the so-called white man want to spend billions on hiding our identity from us, the Most High found that avenue and send it through. Because the reason why the so-called white man did it in the first place was that so we could lose our heritage. Because the scripture did say that, Jeremiah 12:9. Alright, in Thessalonians, Paul said falling away must happen first. So it was all orchestrated by the Most High to begin with. But now the Lord returning us to our heritage. That we are the true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. This is Proverbs. Proverbs 28 verse 12. It says, when righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. And that is what happened when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. We were hid. We were called by another name. The scripture says, in the land where it was said unto them that ye are not the people of the Most High, there it shall be said that you are the sons of the living power. So on this side, we were hidden as a people. We were hidden to who we were. Alright? That is why I see all of us, even the other nations, their names been changed too. Alright? 1935, Persia changed his name to Iran. So when the wicked rule, everybody's name gonna change, the identity gonna be hid. Alright? But pursuant to us, we were hid by force. Our identity was stolen from us by the so-called white man. That devil. That red Satan. Alright? That red devil. Alright? This is Psalms. This is Psalms 83 verse 1. It says, Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. So they have taken crafty counsel against us by saying that, guess what? These people are the Most High people. We are. Alright? We so-called Jewish, we are the people of the Most High. And they call us all sorts of names. They do whatever it takes to hide our identity from us. And it was all prophesied in the scriptures. But 2/3 of Israel, they don't want to know this. That is why the scripture said, the more thou search, the more thou shalt marvel. You're gonna marvel at the lengths of the crafty counsel that they took to hide our identity from us. The greatest secret that the so-called white man have is not oh gosh, we call it over there in Arizona, Area 51, or wherever the case is the fact that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans' true identity are Hebrew Israelites. That is their greatest secret, and they spend billions on keeping that secret, or trying to, because they can't. They can't. Alright? Verse 4, they have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. Now guess what? The name of Israel really not in no more in remembrance. Because when they call themselves Israeli, they call themselves Jewish. And when they go in the scriptures, they were Israelites and Jews. So they didn't really take our name. Alright? They just took a likeness to us and live in our land. That is what they did. But the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai rising upon us for good. The scripture said the glory of the Lord has risen upon us. That is what the Lord doing right now. He rising upon us and revealing to us our true identity. So we know now who we are according to the scriptures. And for you 2/3 who don't want to believe, that is your problem. But in the scriptures say, they shall see. This is 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Alright? And that is what happening since these elites come into power. Darkness been plaguing the earth. Darkness that upon the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that we are the true Israelites. We are the true people of the Most High. Alright? That is what they're doing. They hid our identity from us so that we wouldn't know. That we wouldn't know that we were of yesterday. That we were these people that the scripture is speaking of. We reading the Bible and thinking that speaking about some other nation, not knowing that they're actually speaking about us. I remember back in the world, I watched a documentary where they're talking about Israelites. And I was saying to myself, I wish I was an Israelite, not knowing that I am a seed of Israel, because of these red bastards hid our identity from us. But all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakwa Kadash, that he revealed his name and his son's name and our identity unto us. How to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for this. And to showing us that the so-called white man is the devil according to the Bible. This is Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 14. It says, Thus saith Yahweh against all my evil neighbors that touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land. Alright? It says, I will pluck them out of their land. Alright? It says, I will pluck them out of their land. Alright? and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. And it shall come to pass that after I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them, and I will bring them again, every man to his heritage and every man to his land. Now guess what? These false Jews who stole our identity from us, guess what? That is why I see millions of them going into the land right now. That is for prophecies to fulfill once again. They're thinking that they're going into the land fulfilling prophecies of Israel returning, but they're actually going to fulfill Jeremiah 12. The scripture says going to be a shaking in the land of Israel. The Lord going to pluck them out. So for the Lord to do that, had to be that they're in the land. Alright? And the Lord going to take us back to that land. So for all you niggas who over there right now, you're not supposed to be there. Because the Lord said the only time we're going to go there is after he do some house cleaning. After he get rid of them vermins, them cockroaches and them rats, then we're going to go into the land. The scripture said the people shall dwell safely alone. We're not supposed to be over there right now. You Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans who want to be going over there right now, not fulfilling prophecies at all. You're just showing yourself to be a damn jackass. The scripture said Israel shall dwell safely alone. If you living over there with them Arabs and them so-called white people, them Edomites, then guess what? You're not fulfilling prophecies. Alright? You're not fulfilling prophecies. Says Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 24. Consider thou not what this people have spoken, saying, the two families which Yahweh had chosen, he had even cast them off. Thus they have despised my people, that there should be no more a nation before them. And they took crafty counsel to take us away. Guess what? They call us Africans. But when you look at us, we totally different from them black, shit eating, cow fucking, piss drinking dogs. Alright? A totally different look, a total different spirit. We are not because we dark skin, we are the same people. We are not these people. We are Hebrew Israelites. The so-called white man called us Africans so that we would forget who we were. Scripture said when the wicked rule, a man is hidden. We are not Africans. Do your research. We are of yesterday. Search your fathers. These people, and you know when the truth coming out. Alright? Because the so-called white man spend millions to even care down the path of truth, but to divert you off the path of truth. Meaning, like you will bring people like these men, like KRS-One and these men that they with, they talking about we are Africans, and they go into all sorts of history what we used to do in Africa. So we will think that there is knowledge coming out, but what they do, they actually just show us what we was doing in that land, but they will never go beyond. Now if these men doing so much research and so much digging to show what we were doing in that land, by now they would realize that guess what, we were just inhabiting that land for a short period. We didn't originate there. That we ended up there because of slavery, but they wouldn't, because why? They're getting paid to keep Israel in that African bubble. Because if you're doing so much research of the things that we used to do in that land, our customs, wouldn't you see the contrast between Israel and the people that were living in that land? Wouldn't you read history books about what we were doing in that land and who the true inhabitants of the land were? Wouldn't you realize that guess what? That this guy, the second king of Egypt, said that Israel left black and came back white? Wouldn't you do research on that? No, they wouldn't, because they will lose their paycheck. So that is what the so-called white man doing. Just like they tell us curiosity killed the cat. The reason they tell us curiosity killed the cat is to tell us here what? Don't do too much digging. Just eat what we give you to eat. Don't do too much digging. You don't need to know the history. Just know his story. Alright? This is Proverbs 23 verse 10. It says, remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the field of the fatherless. And that is what they did. They removed our landmarks. They removed the landmarks of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and put Edom on the marking, and called their self Israel. Verse 11, for their Redeemer is mighty, he will plead their cause with thee. So the Most High pleading our cause right now. The Most High pleading our cause. Now let me just read a little something here from inside the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary and show you how the so-called white man knows who we are as a people. Alright, so I'm going to look up the word ruddy. Alright, when you look up the word ruddy, it says a word used to refer to a red or fair complexion in contrast to the dark skin of the Hebrews. Now even the so-called white man pointed out that guess what? That the Negroes, that the Hebrews are dark-skinned people. But yet when they see all these biblical pictures, all these movies, even when you look at the people in the land, the people over there, they're pale skin. They're white, so-called whites. But then he will tell you that guess what? They are black. Because why? You have to dig. The more thou searches, the more thou shalt marvel. So to understand who you are as a people, to understand the mystery, you have to know the history. So you need to do some digging. And that is why the Lord ordained us to be prophets, to come out here and teach, to feed you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Alright? So with that, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Harakah Quadash. Give double honor to the apostles of great ministry not rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This is Makazah saying Shalom.